Let me tell you about this flamingo, flamingo number 492. Back in June 2005, this bird was just a young thing, stuck at the Sedgwick County Zoo in Wichita, Kansas. It wasn't born there, though. Nope, they snatched it from the wilds of Tanzania a couple years earlier, and man, it wasn't thrilled about the move. Life at the zoo? Same old, every day. Wake up, stand around in a pen, peck at some boring food pellets, maybe wade in a little puddle they called a pond. Safe, sure, but cramped and dull as heck. You could tell number 492 wasn't built for that. It had this restless vibe, like it was dreaming of something bigger. Now, picture a night straight out of a movie. It's stormy as all get out. Wind screaming through the zoo, rattling everything that wasn't nailed down. The fences around the flamingo pen, they're bending like they're about to snap. Number 492 and its buddy, number 347, they're just standing there, feathers fluffed up against the rain. Here's the kicker. The zoo folks hadn't clipped their wings yet. Usually, they'd trim those flight feathers to keep them grounded, but they'd been slacking. Big mistake. That wind starts gusting hard, and it's like nature's handing them a golden ticket. Lightning cracks across the sky. Boom! And it's like a starting gun. Number 492 and number 347 look at each other, and you can almost hear them thinking, now or never, right? They flap those long, pink wings, awkward at first, but then the storm lifts them up like it's cheering them on. Over the fence they go, tumbling through the air, free for the first time in forever. They don't get far, though, just a couple miles to this muddy drainage canal outside the zoo. They crash land there, splashing into the shallow water, hearts hammering like crazy. Freedom's a wild feeling, you know? The canal's dark and quiet, except for the rain tapping the surface. Number 492 stands tall, shaking off the wet, while number 347 huddles close, still catching its breath. They're out, really out, and it's sinking in. No more fences, no more keepers tossing food at him. Just the open world, scary and huge. As the storm dies down, number 492 feels this weird tug inside, like a compass spinning in its chest. South. That's where it wants to go. Somewhere warm, somewhere right. Number 347, though? It's twitchy, glancing north like it's got a different plan brewing. They don't know it yet, but that's the moment everything's about to change. Okay, so here's where things get wild for our flamingo duo. Number 492 and number 347 are holed up in this drainage canal just outside Wichita, and it's been a few days since their big jailbreak. Life's not exactly glamorous. They're dodging nosy folks who wander by, gawking at these two pink weirdos in a ditch. Food's scarce, too. They're poking around in the muck, trying to sift out anything edible with those funky beaks of theirs. It's a far cry from the zoo's all-you-can-eat buffet, but number 492? It's loving the chaos. You can see it stretching its wings every chance it gets, testing how far it can push him. Number 347, though, it's not so sure. It sticks close to the bank, eyeing every shadow like it's waiting for the zookeepers to roll up and drag him back. Days drag on, and the vibe's getting tense. Number 492's itching to move, flapping around like it's ready to bolt, while number 347's all cautious, hopping back every time a car rumbles past. They're like an odd couple. One's dreaming big, the other's scared stiff. Then comes July 4th, and oh man, it's perfect timing. The whole town's buzzing, barbecues, flags, the works. Night falls, and the sky lights up with fireworks. Pop, bang. These huge, colorful explosions start going off, and it's like the universe is yelling, go for it. The flamingos freak out. The noise, the flashes, it's too much. Number 492's the first to move, launching into the air with this clumsy, beautiful flap of wings. It catches a breeze and soars south, a pink streak cutting through the smoky sky. Number 347 hesitates for a split second, then takes off too, but it veers north, disappearing into the haze like it's chasing a different dream. Just like that, they're split, gone in opposite directions while the fireworks crackle overhead. Number 492 doesn't look back. It's too busy feeling the rush, the wind under its wings, that sweet taste of going wherever it darn well pleases. Now it's just number 492, flying solo through the night. It's got no map, no plan, just this deep, gut feeling pulling it south. Hours pass, maybe days, it's hard to tell with all that adrenaline pumping. The land below shifts from flat Kansas fields to something rougher, warmer. Finally, the sky clears up, and there it is, the Gulf Coast horizon. Shimmering water, salty air, a big, wide world stretching out forever. Number 492's wings ache, but it doesn't care. It's free, it's alive, and it's got a glimpse of something that feels like home, even if it's 1,000 miles from where it started. All right, so number 492's made it to the Texas Gulf Coast. It's late 2005 now, and this flamingo's landed in a whole new world. Think salty wetlands, muddy flats, and that sticky Gulf heat. It's rough out there, nothing like the cushy zoo life, but it's got this vibe that clicks with number 492. Maybe it's the briny smell or the way the sun glints off the water. It's like Tanzania is calling back through its bones. First few days are a scramble, though. It's wading through the shallows, dipping that curved beak into the mud, figuring out how to snag shrimp and tiny critters. Predators? Yeah, they're lurking. Hawks circling, gators eyeballing it from the reeds. Number 492's got to stay sharp, but it's learning fast. Word starts spreading among the locals. Fishermen out on their boats spot this tall, pink stranger strutting through the marshes. What the heck's that? They mutter, snapping pics with their flip phones. Kids on the shore point and yell, "Mom, look, it's a flamingo." Rumors fly. Some say it's a lost pet. Others reckon it's a sign of good luck. Number 492 doesn't care. It's too busy surviving, dodging crab traps and riding out storms that roll in off the Gulf. Those wings that got it here? They're tucked in now, but that leg band, stamped 492, catches the light every time it moves. It's a little piece of its old life, still hanging on. Then, one day, boom, something crazy happens. A storm's just blown through, tearing up the coast, and out of nowhere, this other flamingo shows up. It's a Caribbean one, all bright and flashy, probably tossed in by the wind. It's beat up, disoriented, but it latches onto number 492 like they're old pals. They start hanging out, waiting side by side, filtering mud like a weird little team. It's not perfect. Sometimes they squawk at each other over a good shrimp spot. But it's company, you know? For number 492, it's the first time since number 347 that it's not totally alone. They've got this fragile bond, two misfits making it work in a place neither of them belongs. Time rolls on, and the locals get attached. Some fishermen start calling number 492 Pink Floyd, you know, like the band, 'cause it's got this chill, mysterious vibe. They'll lean over their boats, grinning, saying, "There's OL Pink Floyd again, still kicking." It's 2006 now, and number 492's settling in. The wetlands feel like home, rough as they are. That leg band's still there, a shiny reminder of where it came from. But it's not just a zoo bird anymore. It's a fighter, a survivor, and down here, it's starting to become a quiet legend, one pink step at a time. So, number 492, aka Pink Floyd, is a Texas regular now. It's been years since that stormy escape, and this flamingo's tougher than a $2 steak. We're talking 2006 to 2022, a solid chunk of time where it's just doing its thing along the Gulf Coast. The Caribbean flamingo buddy? Gone by 2013. No one's sure what happened. Maybe a storm took it. Maybe it just flew off. But number 492's back to rolling solo. Doesn't seem to faze it, though. It's out there in the wetlands, wading through the muck, snagging shrimp like it's no big deal. Hurricanes blast through, flooding everything, and it just hunkers down, waiting him out. People poking around in boats. It sidesteps him, cool as you please. The sightings keep piling up. Port Lavaca, Cox Bay, all these little coastal spots. Every time someone spots that pink flash and that 492 leg band, it's like a mini event. Pink Floyd's still out there, they'll say, shaking their heads in awe. This one time, in March 2022, a fishing guide named Mike snags a video of it. He's out on his skiff, camera shaky, and there's number 492, gliding through the water like it owns the place. The footage goes viral. Well, viral for bird nerds anyway. People can't get over it. This lone flamingo, feathers still bright, just living free in a world that's not even its own. It's not all smooth sailing, though. There's loneliness, miles of empty marsh, no other flamingos to squawk with. Humans get too close sometimes, spooking it, and the weather's a beast. But number 492's got grit. It's older now, pushing 20 or so, and those pink feathers? still popping, like it's daring time to take a swing. Back at the Sedgwick County Zoo, the staff hear about it every now and then. They're floored it's still alive, still out there. No point chasing it, one keeper says, shrugging. It's earned its freedom. They've got a soft spot for their runaway, even if it ditched him years ago. Fast forward to a quiet evening, sometime in 22. The sun's dipping low, painting the Gulf all orange and gold. Number 492's standing there, one leg tucked up like flamingos do, staring out over the water. It's beat up but proud, scars from storms, a little wear on those wings. The world's thrown everything at it, and it's still here, unbowed. Fishermen passing by tip their hats, half joking, half serious. Keep on, Pink Floyd, they mutter. It's not just a bird anymore. It's a story, a legend with a heartbeat, proving you can take on anything if you've got the guts to fly. All right, here we are, March 29th, 2025, and number 492's still out there, kicking it on the Texas Gulf Coast. This flamingo's in its 20s now, a real old-timer, but it's holding strong. Picture those salty wetlands, the sun blazing down, and there's Pink Floyd, wading through the shallows like it's been doing forever. That leg band's a little scratched up, but it still says 492, a badge of everything it's been through. It's not just a bird anymore. It's a living, breathing symbol of sticking it out, of chasing freedom no matter what. And now, someone new's about to step into its story. Enter Sarah, this young birder from Houston. She's maybe 19, all wide-eyed and obsessed with birds. She's grown up hearing tales of Pink Floyd, the flamingo that busted out, the one that made it big in the wild. Her grandpa used to fish these waters, and he'd tell her, "That bird's got more guts than half the folks I know." So, Sarah's on a mission. She's got binoculars, a beat-up notebook, and a dream to see number 492 with her own eyes. She's been tracking sightings online, Port Lavaca, Cox Bay, and today, she's out here, boots squishing in the mud, scanning the horizon. Then she spots it. There's number 492, tall and pink against the reeds, filtering shrimp like it's no big deal. Sarah's jaw drops. "Holy crap, that's it," she whispers, scribbling notes like crazy. She's awestruck. This bird's journey hits her hard. Escaping a zoo, flying halfway across the country, surviving storms and loneliness. It's not just cool, it's deep. Freedom, instinct, the call of the wild. It's all wrapped up in this one flamingo. She sits there, watching it move, and it's like she's seeing a piece of history still flapping around. No one knows how long number 492's got left. Could be another 10 years. Flamingos can live into their 40s. Or it could vanish tomorrow, lost to the marshes. Sarah gets that. It's part of what makes it special. As the sun starts dipping, number 492 stretches those wings one more time. It takes off, a little slower than it used to, but still graceful as heck. It cuts across the sky, disappearing into the hazy horizon, and Sarah's just frozen, pen in hand. She's not letting this fade. "I'm telling your story, Pink Floyd," she says to herself, already planning a blog, maybe a book. That legend's not dying, not on her watch. And that's it. Number 492 flies off, leaving Sarah with a promise and us with a question. What's next for the bird that wouldn't quit? It's out there somewhere, still free, still fighting, a pink dot against the wild.